Mr. Tackle Box Slam, and when you get a box, when you're a subscriber, whatever box you get for the month, whatever bait you get inside the box, if you're able to catch a fish on every lure or on every bait, they send you a box of stuff. It's worth $250. If you watch some of the videos online of the people that have won, I mean, they really are worth $250. It's a lot of stuff, so I'd really like to win it. And this is what's in the box this month. You get the live target mullet, and that's already out of the box. What's neat with live target, and if you ever see these in your local tackle shop, they're about 15, 16 bucks. But what's cool about the live target lures, if you look here, they'll kind of give you tips on what to do with them. And they just talk a little bit. It's a mullet, so it's obviously, you know, redfish, trout, stuff like that. That's what we're targeting out here. We're in Florida, in Daytona Beach. We get the stopper lures, and that's something anybody that fishes, if it's freshwater or saltwater, you're probably familiar with that. That's gonna, when you retrieve it, it kind of takes a look of a small bait fish. You kind of jig it along the bottom, or you can just kind of slow retrieve it. Definitely will catch fish on that. This is something I was really excited about. This is called a Trax. What's neat about this, I guess they've been working on it for like 20 years, and it's a university out of Louisiana. I can't remember which one, but it's centered bait. It's not a lot different than Gulp shrimp. What I like about it though, and I'll probably put this on a popping cork when I first try it, it's got a lot more action there. It's a lot more lifelike than any kind of Gulp or anything like that. So you can see it's got some stretch to it, and you know, it's been formulated for 20 years, they said. So we'll see how that goes. Look at that on a popping cork here in a little bit. What else we got? Matrix shad, Dockside LA. These are cool. These look kind of similar to the Mirror Lure brand, which is what I usually use down here. Really cool color though. It's like a chartreuse on top, and it's almost transparent in the middle. Really cool. I don't know how well you can see, but it's got the scale pattern on there too. So we'll probably throw that on a jig head, maybe get some flounder with that, maybe even some trout. We'll see what's up. And then what else we got here? I'll say two for 15 bucks. You know, I mean, it's a good deal anyway. But it's kind of neat because you get stuff that you wouldn't usually try. I don't usually get the live target stuff just because they're a little bit more expensive than, you know, I'll get the mirror lures for 7 or 8 bucks as opposed to this for 12 or 15 bucks. It just kind of works out for me. And then the mustad, just a couple hooks they throw in there for you. And I think that's it. But, let's see if we can get some fish on. Now here to start out, I've already got on. I actually put it on when I opened the box. I've been excited to use it. Target mullet. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's actually a top water popping lure. And what's cool about it, it's got 2 treble hooks on there. I don't know a lot about live target lures. I don't know if they get their hooks from an outside vendor or if they make their own hooks, but they're super sharp hooks. I usually use their owner treble hooks. These are just as sharp, and the owner treble hooks, if you're familiar with them, they're sharp. So, but I'm going to go ahead and do this. We're going to be doing some flats fishing today. I think I'm just going to throw this a couple times on the way out just to kind of get the action up and see if there's other fish out here just laying around. Alright, so we're heading south towards the inlet. It's called Ponce Inlet. I mean, it's the ocean coming into the river, so this is all salt water here. This is intercoastal Florida. And we're heading towards, it looks like a sandbar. It's actually an oyster bed. About halfway to that oyster bed, it turns into the flat, so it's high tide right now, so it's probably, you know, 3 to 5 feet deep, and then what I like is maybe 18 to 24 inches deep, the majority of it. So we're going to work our way in there as we kind of come through this structure here. We're just going to throw this mullet a few times and see if there's maybe a trout laying in here, or, you know, even a redfish or a big jack or something like that. So we're just going to kind of float along, see if we can pull fish out here real quick. Probably can't see it. The water's about 2 feet deep, and it gets shallower and shallower as we run up to that oyster bed. The redfish and the trout will get on the edges of these oyster beds, and they'll just push the bait fish in and eat, and you know, everything else too. They'll eat the crabs, they'll pick off some of the oysters, all that. So there's just a lot of eating going on here. So the primary source of food is probably the mullet. So it's nice that this live target mullet, it just looks so nice. It's going to be a top water popper. You know, the fish are in 2 or 3 feet of water. It's hard for them to miss something hitting on top of the water. So we'll definitely see if we can pull a fish out of here real quick. And what we're going to do is we're going to come up on this oyster bed. This way's west. We're going to come up on the west side of it because a lot of the times, you know, the majority of the flats is going to be on this side of the water. You see a fish jump over here, hit the top water. But I'm going to come over here not to spook the fish. You know, these redfish and the trout, they're smart fish, you know, and they're finicky and they're easy to spook. They're a lot like largemouth bass if you're up north or in the Midwest. So, you know, we definitely don't want to spook them before we even get started. That was a tiny little jack anyway. He wants it though. He came back for it. Come on. There he goes. Woo! It's a ladyfish. The ladyfish are a lot of fun and they're really, really good cut bait for the trout. Even redfish. I've caught redfish on the cut ladyfish before. But it's a nice oily fish. They jump out of the water. They're a lot of fun to catch. You can see it rip and drag. But they jump out of the water, they call them poor man's tarpon. They're not nearly as big as a tarpon, but they're still a lot of fun to catch. And this is, I mean, the drag's not set light. So he's definitely ripping line off this. You'll see when this fish gets in, he's not huge. They are a lot of fun to catch. Have a little more size to them than we thought here. I don't know. Ladyfish though. You gotta watch these guys. These guys will jump up, stick with the treble hooks.
The live target mullet and a live mullet. Look at the eyes. Very, very cool.
And the ladyfish, really the fork-tail fish, they really fight hard. They're really a lot of fun. Get back out of here. in the side. I don't know if you can see that, but you know, we're gonna pull them in sideways. When that happens, it makes it feel a little bit bigger, but still a fighter. I don't know about this here. There he goes. Number one here in the flats on the live target mullet. Just nailed it on the top water. That was a lot of fun there. See if we can get something else here real quick. See if we can get one more here before we switch bait. Saw the boat. Man, he came right up to the boat. Alright, so we made it to the oyster bed here. Just pulled the kayak up. I wouldn't recommend that on the oyster bed, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. But you see the sailboats going by and everything. It's just really nice out here. Just wanted you to kind of take a look at what I get to see here. But I don't know how well you're gonna be able to make it out if you can see under the water. This is the oyster beds here, and it's razor sharp, so I had to stop and put some shoes on. But out here, if you can see the color change, the oyster bed actually goes out and it's like an S curve out there. Now usually the water's a little bit lower. I'll walk out there and I'll stay dry. I'm gonna walk out there, I'll be wet this time, but I can just see fish jumping out there. The majority of what's jumping out there are mullet, and you know, they're not just jumping for fun, they're running away from predators. So we're gonna keep throwing that live mullet a little bit out there a couple times, and then you know, see if we can't land another fish on there to show you, and then we're gonna switch to that popping cork and see if we can get lure number 2 out of the way. All right. I think I might have been fighting that one off the camera there a little bit, but I don't want to mess with them too much. Nice little jack, so they're fun to catch. Like I said, the hooks are so sharp on these live target lures. It's really nice. I mean, he tried to hit it, he missed it, and we still got him. You know, so really important to have nice, super sharp hooks. I usually use like the Mustad Ultra Point hooks or the Owner treble hooks. Even I usually buy lures, and first thing I do, I'll take the treble hooks off of it. I'll throw on some Mustad treble hooks or some nice Owner treble hooks. You know, I touch these hooks, I immediately realized how sharp they were, and that's a good testament of it right there. It's a good quality product. They're not cutting corners. You know, nice, solid, sharp hooks. So nice little jack there. All right, so we got a couple fish on the mullet now. I really want to keep throwing it, but I also want to throw these attract shrimp. I don't know if you can see that or not. I already showed you a little quick, but the way we rigged that up, now that I see how much action they really have on them, I'd love to throw just a jig head on it and just kind of slow retrieve it, maybe bounce it along the bottom. That'd be flounder, redfish, trout. You catch a million different kinds of fish that way. My real preferred method, if it's like a DOA shrimp, I'll run it on the popping cork. Now a lot of that too, that's going to get the fish to come over there and smell the stuff and want to bite it. The DOA shrimp, you know, I don't want to say anything bad about them. They obviously catch fish, everybody knows that, but they don't have any action like that. So if this has got a pretty good scent to it, we got a real shaky camera. If this has got a real good scent to it, it's definitely going to present itself well. So we're going to throw it out here on the popping cork, see if we can't get a fish for you real quick.
We lost a little bit of footage, so it's going to fast forward to being dark real soon, but I just want to include in the video here and recommend to everybody. I throw maybe like 30-40% of the time I'm throwing sashimi hard baits. It's a yo-zuri hard bait. I noticed a few weeks ago that Mystery Tackle Box had it featured on their website there, so I wanted to recommend that to anybody that might be a Mystery Tackle Box customer that's watching. But here's a couple fish that I caught on that, and then we'll fast forward to later on.
Sashimi one time. The yo-zuri sashimi, it's the chameleon that it's just real flashy. I sat here and fished with popping cork with artificials for like 3 hours. Didn't catch one. I put the sashimi on first cast. Nailed it. Look at that red fish. Boom. Ooh. First cast on the yo-zuri sashimi bait. Hope I get a minute of battery on the video. I just threw the sashimi one time. The yo-zuri sashimi, it's the chameleon that it's just real flashy. I sat here and fished with popping cork with artificials for like 3 hours. Didn't catch one. I put the sashimi on first cast. Nailed it. Look at that red fish. Boom. Ooh. First cast on the yo-zuri sashimi bait.
Alright, shooting off the phone's probably not going to work. I was over here, been doing alright with the live mullet and throwing these lures a little bit at the same time. I got the drag. I got to switch over the GoPro. I got the battery almost dead on the GoPro. I got the drag all the way open on this. I could hear it going. I wasn't sure if it was the track shrimp or if it was a live mullet. I don't see either, Bob. They might both be going. I'm all tangled up.
Drag all the way open on this. I could hear it going. I wasn't sure if it was the track shrimp or if it was a live mullet. I don't see either, Bob. They might both be going. I'm all tangled up. All right. I got these tangled up. I definitely got a fish on here. This is the attract shrimp. I gotta close this down. I was over there throwing for more mullet. I heard the drag peeling off of this. Yeah, there's some weight on there. Oh, yeah. He wants to go over this way. Decent. Can you see that? Turn this off. It said attract shrimp under a popping cork. He's growling at me. Let's see if I can get him back in the water. Quick, probably back to back in 10 minutes. I don't know what it is. It's not a big fish. Might be another jack. Man, right when the sun went down, these shrimp started going. Definitely the predatory fish that are eating at night. Yeah, it sounds like a jack. Oh. Careful with these guys. Not what we're looking for, but see if I can settle them down so I can get a look at it.
after, but decent sized catfish. Still a good time. We can get back in the water and get the stuff back out there.